Living the good fat life with your host Karen and Sherry. They'll help everything align for your body, soul, and mind. The good fat life, whether change comes slow or dramatically. The good fat life will help you sort things out organically.
Every time. Welcome to episode 0 again.
Oh, it's great to be
I
here.
know. Can you believe we started out on May 20th, 2020?
I know.
I
In the
know.
middle of the kind of like the shutdown on Zoom in our homes.
Yeah.
With like, what the heck? Let's just do this.
I know. So we started out on Zoom with Podcast Detroit in our homes during COVID for our podcast. We really just wanted to get the word out about who we are and what we're doing. We weren't really sure what we wanted to do, but then it just kind of organically happened, right?
Right.
Right.
Well, and it wasn't even just getting our word out. It was just being able to connect with people.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people that we've had on our show since then that have been just doing amazing things.
Oh, I know. And they've even started their own podcast as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So we were on Zoom, then we went to Podcast Detroit. We did 33 episodes with them. And now we're at the Brighton Speakeasy. And we've done 5 episodes here as
Has
well.
it really been 5?
Yeah.
Oh
Can
my
you
gosh,
believe it? I
no.
couldn't believe it when Rob mentioned that. So here we are starting our episode 0 again at the Speakeasy. So tell me, so sure, I'm going to interview you a little bit.
Okay.
Tell me why did we start a podcast, or tell me how the podcast happened.
I think it was really in with the magazine. We've been getting so much feedback on the magazine, right? Just
Mhm.
people felt good about the articles that they were reading, but it's quarterly,
Mm-hmm.
and we wanted a way to connect that was real time and engaging, and I think we were just hungry for conversation.
Yeah. And we also wanted to let people know what the magazine is about. So can you tell me a little bit about the origin of Good Fat Life? Tell me about the name.
Good Fat Life is about it started with a good fat snack.
Mm-hmm.
The origin is we had a snack, and because people weren't eating enough good fat and they weren't feeling as good, and then just found that people who understood that they needed to eat good fat also wanted to learn more about, or were interested in learning more about the environment, about the thoughts they think, about connecting with people in a bigger way.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted it to become a way of life. We like to say living the good fat
Yeah,
life,
for
right?
sure. Yeah.
And so it's just a way of connecting people.
Yeah. And connecting people in a healthy way, right? And in
Right.
an authentic, non-judgmental space with different ideas. And much like an avocado, because that's what our little icon is, or a little Bitmoji. It's just perfect for your body and your mind and your soul, and it's all encompassed. So I think that's what we try to do with the magazine and the podcast.
And it's nature.
Yeah.
Right? It comes
Organic.
it's organic, and it comes from our higher selves.
Yeah.
If you want to get a little bit spiritual, but not because it's nature's food.
Yeah. And I also feel like the podcast and the magazine comes from our natural abilities and from higher up for us to encapsulate that for other people. And also we've felt that back from our guests and our
Right.
article writers and the magazine and all the people that have been involved, all our Good Fat Life ambassadors. I mean, it would take us like 3 shows just to mention everybody. We've been
Right.
so lucky.
Right. And I we've had this conversation before when we were on Mondays, like we couldn't wait for Mondays because the guests were just so inspiring and motivating, and we had so many aha moments, right? And now we're on Thursday, and it's like, and so we were able to keep that good Monday energy, and now Thursdays, we can't wait till Thursdays because we just don't know what these guests are going to tell us about.
I know. I've learned so much from my podcast, and it's from our podcast, and it's been so lovely to be in the community, and people go, "Oh, I heard that on your podcast." And
Yeah.
I have to tell you, it was funny. My son Dane, who's 14, he came home and he said, "Mom, when Jake's dad picked me up, your podcast was on in the car. And I was like, oh my God, this is my mom. And Jake's dad said, I listen to this podcast all the time. And
that's what a
I know,
validating moment, right?
Jake wasn't very validating for Dane. He's like, this is embarrassing. But it was pretty funny.
Well,
Yeah.
that's because he's 14.
Yeah.
Right?
So, but we've had a great audience. We've had great feedback. We've had a tremendous guest. Is there something in particular that you've learned from the podcast and from people?
Just that there's so many people out there doing really amazing things, and it's daily, right? It's none of it's perfect. None of us are perfect, and yet we are in our own imperfection. We're perfect in our imperfectness, and I'm just loving being able to build a community where people kind of have your back.
Me too, for sure.
Because the energy is around, I want to see you be as successful as you're capable of being.
Yeah.
And in that space, it's like anything's possible. Right, Karen?
Right. And I love the fact that you can go to somebody, and most of our guests have been this way, and say, hey, I want you to be on my podcast or in the magazine. And they're like, well, I don't know if I'm special enough to be on a podcast or in a magazine. And I certainly didn't think I was special enough to do either one of those as well. But everybody is special enough and should be highlighted for what they're doing. Like, we have so many people in this community and around us that really are doing amazing things. They might not think it's amazing because it's just
what they do.
Right, yeah. But really, it's just so inspiring. I mean,
yeah, no, it's been amazing. It's really been gratifying, right? It's been humbling. It's been, I don't know, where you just go, I can't believe that this is part of our good fat life.
Yeah.
And the song that Wally Pleasant wrote for us is just perfect, right?
Yeah.
It just makes us laugh. So I'm just looking forward to lots more great conversations and meeting our readers and watching it grow.
And getting out in front of other people, new people.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So is there anything?
I just want to say that I feel so blessed because we've had so much support by Wally Pleasant. He wrote my theme song. I've known him since we were 14. I've had my family members on here who've been so interesting to talk to and been so generous with their time. And so many of our friends. I just want to thank all of our Good Fat Life ambassadors and the people that have supported us. And thank you to the community and to you. And thank you to all the people that have held us up and helped us be the best we can be and helped us live our good fat life. Because without them, we wouldn't be here today.
Absolutely. You're so right, Karen. And yes, and thank you to you because you're the one who said, let's start a podcast. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So anyways, yes. So it's great. And like I said, I'm just so excited about all that's coming. And I love that saying. Oprah said something like, the future's so bright, I need sunglasses.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, really the possibilities are limitless with health and wellness and just living the good fat life. So what does living the good fat life mean to you?
I think it's just being able to be in the moment and have that sense of all things possible.
I agree. Yeah.
Whatever that is. And feeling good, feeling really good. And eating well and thinking good thoughts, or just having that sense that what may, it's all okay.
Yeah. And if you're not feeling well, you know that there's somebody in living also the good fat life along with you by your side. They'll say, I'll help you. I'll
here
lift
to
you.
help.
I'm
Right.
here to help.
Right.
Or I'm here to teach and I'm also here to learn. So that is what has been so gratifying to me.
So yeah, it's just all good.
It is all good. We are living the good fat life and we're creating a community of other people that are living the good fat life. And we all, guess I didn't know we were doing it together, but now we know we are. So that is such a beautiful tribal moment for us. And I'm looking forward to the future.
Yeah.
And many, many, many more podcasts.
Yeah.
And more magazines.
And more magazines.
Yeah.
And workshops and events and products and services. And because it's all about, it's encompassing. It's a lifestyle. So.
Yeah. And it's not only our lifestyle, but we're interested and curious about everyone's lifestyle to make the best lifestyle for the whole of the community, right? There's
Right.
no wrong way to do it. It's just doing it your best way,
Right. Right.
being your best self,
Being your best self.
living
Right.
your best good fat life.
Right. And it's going to be different for everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
And we're just here to give the instruments and the tools and maybe some different thoughts to help you guide you in the direction that you need to go anyway. Right. So, or the
or you're
individual.
interested in going or,
Yeah.
or plant some new ideas, some different ways of looking at things.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just, it's all good.
It is all good. It's all good fat life.
All good fat life. Yeah. Great.